GSL.
Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We are in our final match. One of these two Protosses, Trust or MyuNgSiK, will join Symbol to advance to Code S, being our 5th and 6th players to do so from the Code A groups. Do you have a favorite for this one, Kelber?
Yeah, I do.
And who's that?
That's Trust.
And tell us why.
Because MyuNgSiK has a 0% win ratio in this matchup so far, with 6 maps played in 5 matches. He didn't win a single Pro League map against Protoss and lost in IM Season 8 in Shanghai, also against Titan with an 0-2. He never won a single map against Protoss offline.
Well, hopefully for his sake, at least he's probably thinking this way, that today could be his day. Both of these players have played on a map that Protoss hates to start things off. Protoss versus Protoss is dataless point.
I mean, the thing is, every series has to break at some point, or at some point, so that might actually be the day, and it will of course be great for him. Trust hasn't the most impressive PvP rate either, but he's at 40%, so lost to Creator, lost to Dia, won with a 2-0 in the qualifier against Billowy though.
Well, let's find out who takes this very important first map. We get the map picks on their favor for Game 3. We're jumping into game number 1, dataless point, Trust, up against MyuNgSiK, the GSL Code A. Today is just the day for this. We saw this yesterday a little bit too, and it just keeps going.
Yeah, it just keeps happening. We see all those proxy locations, especially the Protoss players, not afraid to throw out that early probe. Now we have at the bottom right Trust, to the top left we have his opponent MyuNgSiK. And we talked a little bit about the win ratios for both of them. Not the best in PvP offline in Heart of the Swarm, but most of the data that we have from MyuNgSiK, who has never won a single map offline against Protoss, is from the middle of 2013. So let's see what he can do here today. He obviously has prepared for this matchup, and we have him with a proxy build against his opponent. Starting things off with a bang here.
I don't like this actually. Well, okay, he only does 1 gateway. If he did 2, I would have just been like, what? Because first of all, his pylon is like later than his opponent's pylon. The gateway is not that much further ahead, and the gateway is so far away that's gonna have to. The Zealots are gonna have to walk so far. But to do 1 means that of course he's gonna go into Stalkers and Mothership Core Pressure, and this is gonna be scouted right away.
Trust is pretty good. Sorry, MyuNgSiK is scouting it. Okay, I think I messed it up earlier. Trust actually with the one with the proxy here. MyuNgSiK with the one with the scout, and finds that out. So here's the scouting information right away of what's going on. And those proxies today didn't even do a whole lot.
No,
every single one was shut down immediately.
Yeah. Even the cannon rush yesterday was unsuccessful. Only
exactly.
the one dataless contained.
The cannon rush by Ruin against Sleep, but everything else failed. When Keen tried to do it, it was scouted immediately. When we saw it against Symbol earlier, it didn't really work. Every single time the scout is just there. Players are getting really solid about those early cheese scouts.
Yeah, and the first Zealot will try to come over here and do some harassment. Well, I guess he doesn't have to. He could also just protect this gateway, and if he goes in with 2 Zealots and the Stalker and the Mothership Core together, it could be a really scary thing. I don't know if he knows that he's been scouted either, because the probe has a little bit more vision than the building gateway that saw the gateway. So, or the probe that saw the gateway has more vision than the gateway that was building, so he might not even know that he was scouted.
2 hits already on that Zealot, so already better for MyuNgSiK. Gets the shields really low for his opponent. And, well, there comes the second one on the other hand. And here we go, 2 versus 2. That's a fair fight. And the first Stalker already being produced here, but the Mothership Core on the other hand, of course, in the production queue. So with good micro here, you should be able to hold without a problem. But so far, Trust is doing a really good job at just sending in the Zealot that still has his shields up.
It's going to be really tough for Trust to actually get anything done with this Stalker, because the Mothership Core is here with Zealot support, and even a probe is down here now. And he actually gets... He may get the probe. One more shot will do it.
Yep, gets the probe.
And the Zealots are actually going a forward here. This could be a little bit weird, because now he might lose his Stalker to the Zealot pressure.
At the same time, the pylon is also being attacked, and once the pylon is gone, that gateway will be unpowered, and it looks like that's going to be the case very soon. The Stalker's trying to chase that Mothership Core, and well, at the same time, he needs to walk over now with those 2 Zealots and maybe help out a little bit. Doesn't do that. In the main base, one Stalker's just trying to get a few kills in at those 2 Zealots that are still chasing it down.
This is terrible for Trust right now.
Yeah.
If he micros that Zealot, or rather the Stalkers against the Zealot, he's going to take it out. Not going to lose a Stalker. Mothership Core survives. Stalker trades it for nothing.
Kills one probe and that's it. So Harvester's killed 3 in total, but loses. I think the Stalker survived, right? So he lost.
No, he lost the Stalker.
He lost it too. So one Stalker, 2 Zealots, the Pylon, and is going to lose the Gateway.
He had to cancel the second Stalker from the gate. Never even came out. So, I mean, I guess in a sense that's good for him. So he'll lose it, but the Stargate that goes up here is the transition right now from MyuNgSiK and Trust. I mean, he's in a position where he can transition, and it looks like he wants to expand here, but he's going to get scouted right now. What's going on?
Yeah, that's of course the main objective now, to just see what's going to be the follow-up there. In terms of economy, they're still very much on the same level, but it's just like the tech that we already see here from MyuNgSiK having that Stargate, and for Trust is of course not really a good start into the game, losing the free resources here. He's also going into a Stargate on his own. We have the Oracle on the other hand already building.
If Trust goes for a Phoenix, that is ideal, because then he will be able to shut it down.
I don't think it's going to be there in time. I really don't think he will have the Phoenix in time.
Oh, he definitely won't have it in time, I don't think, for the first Oracle, but he can chase, if he holds it off, then he can chase it and kill it with the Phoenix.
And that's the problem. Like, if he has the Stalkers there, so far he has 2 Stalkers, if he can really shoot the Oracle down or at least throw it back, then the Phoenix really comes into play. If that doesn't happen, on the other hand, if that Phoenix gets into the base and gets his 3 kills off before the Phoenix is out, then suddenly the Harvester account would be much, much better for MyuNgSiK. It all depends on how many kills he gets with this.
Yeah. It does indeed, and well, Oracle comes out here instead, and I mean, it's not. It would be kind of weird if he just went Phoenixes late like that. And the Stalkers are in position to see this and move right into the place they want to be. Oracle might get 2 kills or 3 if he's lucky. Ooh, he's gonna lose it actually.
Yep, gets 3, actually 4 kills. It's not.
Oh, that's the probe from earlier
yeah,
too.
That was the earlier probe. Okay, so he has 4 Harvesters killed so far. The Phoenixes immediately for MyuNgSiK after this. He still has an Oracle there.
I don't know about MyuNgSiK actually attacking into this either, because I mean he's gonna have to go up against force fields, and
I think he's just trying to contain here. He has a probe already at his own natural. He wants to contain his opponent, get his base up, just make sure that he gets the better economy out of this. The Nexus is going to be dropped pretty soon. The probe is just waiting over there for the resources to accumulate, and as soon as he controls the choke point, he's fine.
Yeah. He's actually poking his way up. He's going to be careful he doesn't get trapped inside himself.
Ah, that was pretty close there. Once again, Oracle, this time 3 kills, gets a 4th, gets a 5th.
That one's worth it. If you get 5 and trade the Oracle, that's okay. The 3 is, it's alright, but Phoenix count here is relatively even for the 2 of these.
Yeah, he's already moving back now. The expansion not started just yet. The probe's still waiting there. Gets the units in first. Harvester count lead, of course, now for MyuNgSiK after he killed this many probes of his opponent. And the Phoenix count is currently in favor of Trust just by 1. And there we go.
There's a bigger army from MyuNgSiK, and so he has the ability to take this Nexus. He's already pressured a lot, and he has the better probe count. Ooh, saves that probe, and is going to be able to build the Nexus like we've discussed countless times. You can't lift that. Even if you could, he wouldn't be able to kill it with all that army there. So this is great for MyuNgSiK. Trust, though, on the other hand, with all this pressure with his Phoenixes, knows he can also take his own Nexus. He sees everything. Basically, MyuNgSiK is just one tiny little step ahead here in this game.
Yeah. But the army size is really an issue. Yep. Another cancel here on a second forward Pylon that we saw.
I guess that was a probe that died there, trying to get that up. That forward Pylon that we see that's just to the left of the natural for Trust, though, gives MyuNgSiK the ability to warp in.
Yeah, MyuNgSiK has still the better army, so he can move across the map now, because the ramp is just not going to be a big issue on this particular map. I mean, that's the one thing about Daedalus, why this map is Zerg favored, because you cannot wall at the front, and that means that force fields are also not going to be as strong in your defense.
This Nexus is not done, which means no overcharge. If he cancels his Nexus, that is huge. It's already lower on hit points because it's a little bit delayed, too. I think he actually might be able to get the cancel on this color. The Zealots are even getting some swings in.
And there comes the double time warp. He's really trying to make that Nexus cancel work. If that happens, the Mothership Core is going to be useless in this. But here he forces the fight and moves in immediately. The attack on the Mothership Core, trying to put that out of the misery.
He needs to target the Mothership Core. There it goes.
No Photonova charge. And this is bad news for Trust, who's dropping down in overall supply already.
Warpin's coming in here as well, and he can actually use the Phoenixes to lift up some of those Stalkers.
He could. The Stalker numbers are currently in favor of Trust, but not for long. Most of those Phoenixes are already gone, and here it is. The chase is on. Here come the lifts. Now that the Phoenixes for Trust are disappeared, he's just using his own to stop his opponent from moving back, from escaping. That's 20 army supply against 10. That base is gonna fall, and he himself has his Nexus.
Yep, he's got that forward warp-in point as well he can use. He's continuing his Phoenix production. He wants to lift up this Sentry if he can. Ooh, that was scary.
Sentry drops the force field, but he can play that safe and sound, just contain his opponent.
He can just walk
up
back.
Again. Exactly, he can just, or he can just try to control the choke point a little bit longer. Even moving into the main base now, sniping a couple of Harvesters here and making the economy situation for his opponent even worse.
You basically can't lose this Phoenix to a Stalker unless a Stalker has Blink, and even then you probably still won't. So he just knows that with 3 Phoenixes he can get 1 or 2 probe kills, get away.
Harvester saturation is of course now much better. Also for MyuNgSiK, he has 2 bases already, 2 mineral lines, 27 Harvesters against 22. He has double chrono boost, he has double production of probes, there's no expansion for his opponent. Great position for MyuNgSiK to be in.
Pylons everywhere for warp-ins, for harassment, for vision. And he's not going to have to make a pylon for a really long time if you consider that for supply either. So that's money he's already invested in, so he's even further ahead than it looks. What Trust can try to do here is
Pray.
Yeah, I mean, he can harass with this Oracle, which looks like is his plan, which is so risky considering the Phoenixes on the map. And now as soon as he's seeing the Phoenixes, which were already waiting defensively, are going to go and chase it. There's no way this Oracle escapes.
Flying information here.
He's going to just spread his way out and find the Oracle, and goodbye Oracle.
Yeah, sees it immediately. This Oracle is a goner. He's trying to save it with the army though. Maybe he gets close enough. No, not quite. Even if Phoenix goes down, would have been worth it.
Yep.
Revelation was used here. Harvester count 12 supply lead there.
Yeah, and I mean, all he has to do now is use the overcharge to defend. He's going to keep harassing. Probably send his Phoenixes back after he realizes that this is an all-in that's coming his way.
Goodbye income, but with the photon overcharge alone, he should be able to hold this. And there he comes, saves the Mothership core for now, pops in additional units, forces his opponent back. The Phoenixes are still at the bottom right, killing Harvesters.
Yep, they're still killing Harvesters. They're coming back now. The overcharge just tanking so much for him here. The Zealots at the front as well. Great force fields on those Stalkers, and that is going to be it. GG.
MyuNgSiK wins his first offline map in Heart of the Swarm against Protoss. Job well done, and takes the lead in this series, this oh so important game. One of the 2 will advance to Code S. And MyuNgSiK just took a major step towards that goal.
Yeah, and like you said, all streaks have to end somewhere. And this is the end of MyuNgSiK's losing streak. Now he's just 1 game away.
Well, as I mentioned before, the games that he lost is also, that was in the middle of the last year, so that was quite some time back, and since then it really looked like he stepped up his PvP a bit.
Well, he has to also consider that he's already won the game on Daedalus, so he doesn't have to worry about Daedalus anymore. The same could be said of Trust. Now I don't have to worry about Daedalus on this Protoss vs. Protoss anymore. That map is gone, it's down the drain. And that wide open choke point, which actually did pay a little bit of actually made a small difference in this game, is now completely gone. MyuNgSiK's the map choice for Trust, and if I'm MyuNgSiK, I'm just going to play safe here, because anything goes on MyuNgSiK. DTs, Blinkstalker play, Phoenixes, Oracles, every build, fast expands. MyuNgSiK just needs to play reactionary here against his opponent's map pick and play defensively, and just don't play greedy, and he might be able to take the 2-0 here. Trust has definitely got something planned for MyuNgSiK. There's no way he would just pick it to play a macro game, I don't think.
I mean, he needs something, he needs some big win, but on the other hand, you know, he also tried to be very aggressive on the last map with the Proxy that he started there, and MyuNgSiK immediately scouted that. But Trust, I mean, it's going to be really tricky for him to turn this one around. The scouting information from MyuNgSiK have been really solid, and he played a very, very good game in game number 1. Very map aware as well. Let's see what happens on MyuNgSiK though. They're jumping into the map right away. It might be the last one of Group D, a PvP. MyuNgSiK versus Trust. The GSL Code A, brought to you by Paul and Wolf.